Hey everybody, so I've been asked a lot recently about Weemdale and the Mythmoor server for Wurm Unlimited. I've got people still asking to try and join us and saying, hey, where are you guys at? Like, come to your settlement and there's just no one there. And I'm kind of answering those individually, and I've posted some things here and there, but people have been missing it, so I thought I'd make a video. And what you're seeing in the background here is some footage of me walking through Weemdale, kind of doing a last, kind of a final farewell tour. So that may answer the question of whether we're there or not, but we are no longer playing on the Mythmoor server. Now, I don't want to get into too many details or get too negative or anything. I just want to kind of quickly clear some things up. Some things were happening with the server that a lot of people didn't agree with in Weemdale and members of the Alliance, and essentially it was decided that it was time to move on. So I talked to some people because I wasn't actually playing over the last week or so before this happened. The last few weeks I was kind of in and out, and playing some other games, recording some other things. But basically, as I mentioned, some things were happening there. People pretty much thought, you know what, it might be time to just move servers or stop playing. We'd been playing quite a bit of it. And so when they made that decision, I was filled in on kind of what went down or what was happening. It sounded like a good idea to me as well. I said, yeah, you know, go for it. Obviously, there was concern about, you know, ditching the settlement and the work that we had done, but you know, to me, I think I sunk somewhere around 300 plus hours into this, along with many other people. And for me, those 300 hours were fun regardless. I had a lot of fun putting this together, working with people to build the settlement and everything, and that won't be taken away. You know, I don't mind starting things over. In fact, I really enjoy starting things fresh. But I had actually moved on to some other games anyway, so that really wasn't too big of a concern for me. And a lot of people moved on to another server. Those who are continuing to play Wurm. But again, I'm getting asked, you know, where everybody's at. So I thought it was probably time to do a video and kind of fill people in on that we are no longer there. But man, what a game. I really enjoyed my time with Wurm. It really sucked basically all of my time, all of my free time went into this game from probably November until, you know, somewhere in February. It was an everyday thing, and it was an amazing experience. A lot of people that were in the settlement were people that I had talked to in the comments of videos, but we never spoke before, you know, by voice chat or anything. And over the course of those 3 months, a number of these people I talked to every single day. People, Reaper and Alexander especially, those two guys, we talked every day on TeamSpeak, and I'm really glad I got to have this experience, because not just the two of them, but everybody else that was there as well, Kalohe, just the list that goes on. There's just so many people there that I got to meet and get to know and everything, and it's been just a great experience. Super fun. People I still talk to now, and I look forward to playing more games with and everything. So really great experience. The game is just amazingly fun to me. It's very, you know, it's a slow-paced game. Things take a little while. Obviously, if we're talking about 300 hours, you can see we've got pretty good settlement here. We had a number of people helping with it, but you know, things take some time. But I really enjoyed that. You felt like you were kind of accomplishing and building something really cool, and I think all of us just had a really good time there. And a little sad to see things go, but you know, that's just part of how these things go. We knew we weren't going to play forever, and this is just kind of, you know, our farewell. So I wanted to jump in, like I said, kind of fill you guys in on what, you know, what had gone down, what had happened, at least generally speaking. Excuse me. Let me just cough up a bit here. But I also wanted to just tour Weemdale as well. I thought, you know what, I want to get a video that just shows, kind of walks through everything that we had so that we can remember. I like, that's part of the fun, I think, of the videos and stuff that I do, is I get to go back and watch things and remember, oh yeah, that was so cool, we got to build this thing. It never really goes away because it's kind of there to be viewed again. So I walked through everything here. Right now I'm kind of walking through where we were setting up the breeding stuff. This was a lot of fun. This is a project I took on, putting up all the fences, laying all this out, deciding where, you know, the animals were going to go, and I just kind of started that, and then some other people took over as I was kind of in and out. But we had to clear all of this area. You can see just how big the area is here where the trees cleared out, and as you can see, the trees, just how dense they are there. I mean, they were just as dense over this whole entire area, so there was a lot of time spent cutting down trees. Many of those 300 plus hours were spent cutting trees here, but yeah, we were really happy with what we had here, looking down on what we were calling the pit. When we first came here, it was just this kind of little area we were calling the bowl, and we knew we were at the bottom of kind of this small bowl-like valley, and we would set up a couple buildings, and we thought, you know, this could be really cool, tiered up into the hills. and it just kind of spread. Alexander took over the role of our road czar, as I called it a few times, and everything ran through him as far as laying out the road, the plans, and everything. Lots of terraforming on his part as we pass Reaper's house here. But yeah, what a blast. What a great game. Now, I will link to the Wurm quote-unquote review video I did. I did one called Should You Buy Wurm Unlimited? It's still a game I would highly recommend if you're looking for a game where you can kind of build things, you know, crafting and constructing buildings and things like that. Plus, it's got the whole RPG element to it as well, skilling up and combat and everything. So, a very enjoyable game. I'm actually really looking forward to a point down the road. Sometime in the future, I think it would be really fun to have my own server and have friends and everybody you know, that wants to kind of join that up. But I think for now, myself and I know a number of other people need a little bit of a break. For how much time we sunk into it, it's definitely time to take a little break, play some other things. I've been heavily, just kind of deeply involved in the Division currently, just playing that quite a bit. And I know some others are as well. Reaper and Alexander were playing some Path of Exile. I know Kolohe was playing some Division as well. But yeah, so we're kind of coming into my place now. Weem's Manor, Weem's Mansion. I think the name changed around a couple times. We got beds downstairs here. We had basically a number. People would join the settlement and they could crash there. So they'd have a bed inside my place where they could sleep and get experience and everything until they built their own house, and then they would kind of set up their own bed out there. And yeah, then we would pass the bed on to somebody else who joined. This little room back here is where I stayed. That's a lava spider corpse. The guys put one there and one on the other side of my house just for fun. And just wanted to leave those there. But yeah, this is really bringing back some memories just watching this video. I actually recorded this, I think 2 weeks ago, and didn't watch it. I just walked around recording and then left it, knowing, you know, I really need to put together a video kind of showcasing this. There's Patchell's house here. He had a very unique looking place. Up on the corner there with the tower, we had Kolohe's place. I really liked how his came out. I kind of wish I ran through it in this video. In fact, maybe even ran through some more of the houses, but I was trying to keep it somewhat short. Kolohe had a nice tower on the corner there. You could get up there and get a good view of the town. You can see we got a boat there that was under construction. But yeah, come up here next to Kolohe's place. We had some farming going on up there, and earlier on the right, up over to the right, we had Alexander's place where he was breeding basically the various creatures, unicorn and stuff. A lot of fun with that. Look how big this is, though. We had the roads laid out in this grid-like fashion. Again, all Alexander's plan. We thought, you know what? We'll get this laid out so we can really kind of allow people to come in and they can all have their own lots. And we were really excited to get this thing really flourishing and grown and to be this big, really big project where we could just take in, you know, more and more people. And like I said, I'm still getting messages. If you're watching this and you were wondering, you know, if we were still doing this or not, unfortunately we are not. Now, the server a number of people moved to is the Redneck server, by the way. I don't want to say most people went, but people from Weemdale as well as some people from our alliance went to that server. And I don't have exact numbers, but I know that got spread into a few different settlements over there. I've been over there a few times kind of wandering around. I actually started to lay down a little shack on a little peninsula, or at least I flattened out an area where I thought, you know what, I'll just make a little shack for fun. But I've been getting tied into so many other games that I just haven't had time. But like I said, that's kind of the dream, is one day to have my own server. You know, maybe that's a year from now or something. I don't know. Once things kind of calm down and I get some more time and the itch to play Wurm is too much to resist. Right now I'm getting that with Minecraft. Minecraft is kind of tugging at me. You know, I've really been wanting to get back and playing that, but as far as videos go, I don't know if I will do that. But Wurm was a lot of fun. I look forward to playing it again. We come into the courtyard here. We've got our small storage facility we just passed there, and back on the right we had the large one, the bulky bulk. The bulky bulk, as it was called, our large storage shelter here. So I think I'm kind of going up here, if I remember correctly, I'm going up here to get a view of the whole place overall. We got the Willow Tree. I actually planted that for Larnak, so we could kind of get some wood from that. He was making some bows. Straight ahead, actually, at the top of the hill there, we were going to start an orchard. That's what the olive trees are doing there, but I never quite got around to planting anything there. Somebody had planted those olive trees, which was nice. But the idea was to have a big orchard up here, then have all of the all of the breeding here, and then up on the left have places for more structures, homes, things like that. We also had some farming going on. We were actually using some of the lots as farms temporarily because we had farming kind of far away initially, and thought, we've got all these lots here we're not using. Let's just go ahead and put farm plots in them for now, since they're easy enough to kind of build over when needed. So you get the farm here and an additional well, but there's the view from up here, which, man, we really enjoyed this. We had a lot of people pass through and tell us that they really enjoyed the view here as well, the layout, the things that we were working on. We had some good plans here, and some things were really kind of coming along pretty well. So again, we're pretty sad to have had to step away from it, but that's okay. The journey here was amazing, tons of fun. And anyway, I think I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that. Like I said, I just wanted to fill you guys in on where things were at as far as Weemdale and Mythmoor goes. If you're playing on there and you've been wondering, I hope this answers the question. If anybody asks, feel free to let them know that we are no longer there. What happens here next, I don't know. Maybe it gets torn down eventually, but that's fine. We are all gone, so we'll let nature take everything back over. I do want to thank you guys for watching. As always, I appreciate it. I'll catch you next time.